It's true. The Force, the Jedi. All of it. It's all true.
Hello guys, and thank you for stopping in for today's video. I want to jump straight into things since this is a huge and important topic to me, since we are 2/3 of the way through Season 7 of the final Clone Wars season. Just real quick, please hit the red subscribe button along with the bell notification icon to show support for the channel and to be first to know about our future content. Many fans, if not all of us, were disappointed when the Clone Wars was cancelled when Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas back in 2012. And one of the first things done was the cancellation of so many episodes and story arcs of our beloved cartoon series. As a quote-unquote compromise, we were given Season 6, also known as the Lost Episodes, on Netflix. They primarily focused on Order 66 and how the big secret was almost spilled to the Jedi Order, and how they found out that Dooku created the Clone Army as an initiative of the Sith. It also covers Yoda learning how he was chosen to preserve his consciousness in the Force after death, and how he was to survive the onslaught of the Sith, also known as Order 66, to train another Skywalker that would destroy the Sith. As a side note, I did a video on this very topic on if Yoda could have prevented Order 66, and if you want to see it, there will be a link in the description below and a card on the upper right corner at the end of this video. So over a year ago, we found out that Disney was going to give us a special send-off with Season 7 known as Clone Wars Saved, also known as the final episodes headlined by George Lucas's protege, Dave Filoni, who was also a head honcho in the other Clone Wars episodes throughout the years. In my opinion, this was done to give back to the fans that felt cheated when Clone Wars was first cancelled and to draw them back in, as well as to get a lot of views and monthly subscriptions on Disney's new streaming service, Disney+. But I digress. We found out that we would get 12 episodes and 3 story arcs. Our first story arc, The Bad Batch, which were original episodes and a story arc that was cancelled when Disney had bought Star Wars from George Lucas. Well, we got them back in this new season, they were just slightly altered. Then we just finished Ahsoka's Walkabout arc, which would give us her story on what she was doing after leaving the Jedi Order, but before we find her on Mandalore and the novelization that we got on her. Which I wasn't a huge fan of this arc, but I thought this backstory was ultimately needed. I just wish we got more episodes, but we get what we get, guys. Again, not to stray off topic, but I will do a Season 7 review once it's all done and over with. And finally, we're about to get the last story arc, which will be about the Siege of Mandalore, which was covered in that Ahsoka novelization. So now that we are on the home stretch of the Clone Wars series and Season 7, I've been seeing all over social media that a lot of fans think that we have already crossed into Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which is the purpose of today's video. And I must say that we need to pump the brakes, my friends, and consider our sources of canon, mainly the Ahsoka novel, that came out after Disney bought Star Wars and cancelled many partially completed Clone Wars episodes. In the beginning of the novel, it covers Anakin and Obi-Wan meeting with Ahsoka long enough for them to give her lightsabers back before they rush off to rescue the Chancellor, which is also the last time Ahsoka sees Anakin before she sees him as Darth Vader and confronts him on Malachor in the Star Wars Rebels series. In other words, that's when Episode 3 is right about to start, and the events right after will be parallel with Episode 3, and we will get an Order 66 crossover. So, by using our canon material, we can conclude that no, we have not crossed into the events of Episode 3 yet. As a fan, it's a ton of fun to theorize and speculate, but it's also our responsibility to fact check ourselves along the way and reasonably speculate. As a content creator, I feel like I needed to do my part and clear the air for those of you who do not follow all the extra lore after the movies and perhaps the animated shows, so that we are all on the same page going into these last 4 episodes. I just look at the facts, guys, and I will always do my part in our community by sharing anything I can that's backed up by facts of canon lore. Unless of course I say it's a theory or speculation, or even if I'm drawing on Legends material. With that being said, let me know how you think the last 4 episodes will end in the comments below. I believe after this arc, we will look at Order 66 completely different with a new perspective. Take the prequel trilogy, especially Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as an example after the Darth Plagueis novelization came out, and how we learned about their inner workings of the grand plan and how much was manipulated by the Sith Master and Apprentice. My best example is the Clone Army. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and download it on Audible or pick up a copy of the book. It's a great read. And I know it's no longer Disney canon, but I don't want to get started on that today, as that by itself could be a very long video. Anyways guys, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as your support for the channel is very much appreciated. We also have a fanfiction series out on what if Darth Vader survived Return of the Jedi. Click the card above you to check out the 5-part playlist, which is still growing every Fanfiction Friday. Also, check out our video on if Yoda could have prevented Order 66. Again, thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you, wherever you may be, in the galaxy far, far away.